welcome back on the VST channel. This is the Doogee T30 Max, and as you can see, this is really enormous. So what is the T30 Max? 1 year ago, Doogee released the T30 Pro, which is actually a bestseller on Amazon. You can go and check. It has a nice rating of 43 out of 5. It was received quite nice from the community, and thus Doogee decided to produce a high-end tablet. So they used the T30 Pro as a basis, as a foundation, and now they released the T30 Max. And of course I partnered with Doogee to be able to show you this beauty, test it myself, and give you my honest review about this product. So let's start the unboxing. I'm going to review the specs with you. This should be one of the largest screen tablets that you can buy for almost under 350 USD, and you can see this baby is really huge. Now why? Alright, let's unbox it and we are going to see what is the reason. The reason for this tablet to come in a box like this, well, is the fact that it has a huge display. Inside we have the tablet, alright. We have also a charger here, USB-C. Wow, this is nice. You have the usual user manual. Of course, you're also getting a SIM tool ejector because of course this tablet also has a slot for SIM cards, and of course you have a nice USB-C to USB-C cable. So now let me put it all aside, guys, and let me show you this beast of a tablet. This thing is really huge. It also comes with this nice case. This is so good. 12.4 inches IPS display, guys. It is made out of alloy nano injection molding. That is what they call for the Unibody design. We have here a power button, okay. Then I guess we have some of the microphones. We have a very nice volume rocker. This is on the right side. Down below we have the USB-C port. We do have also two speakers, high-res certified quad box speaker, guys. Why? Well, two here on the bottom, and boom, another two speakers here on the front. Also, of course, we have the slot for the SIM card. This here is the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is rather a huge phone, and you can put it almost like 4 times here. Down below you also have a connector, because yes, you can also buy a dedicated keyboard for this baby and install it. Let me try to weigh this tablet, because although being so huge, well, it's 657 grams, which is actually not a lot, given the fact that a mobile phone like the S24 Ultra is almost 20 grams. Also on the back, we have this camera. It says AI camera setup, and of course I'm going to be testing this. I'm also very happy to see that it comes with a pre-installed screen protector, guys, right? I'm using this plastic card to push out the bubbles, right? And after 24 hours anyway, they should be gone. So no more bubbles, and it's time for me to switch this baby on. Android 14, it has 512 gigabytes storage, right? And you can also put a micro SD. You can further expand it with 2 terabytes, and of course, don't forget you have the option to put a SIM card there and be really always connected. This thing is absolutely huge. This display is so big, I have a feeling that I can put it on a laptop, it's gonna be the same size. It's just amazing. So now, guys, let me set it up and test it together with you. And because it uses the latest Android, you can always connect your primary phone with a USB-C cable directly to the tablet and copy your Google account and also your data, applications, photos, call logs everywhere. So enjoy a very easy setup. And before I continue with my review on the T-Max 30, let me show you something else. This here is the Doogee Pencil 2. Inspiration stylus. Looks very sleek. This stylus apparently supports 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity, which is compatible with the Doogee T30 Max. Let's just do the unboxing. So I'm just gonna leave this aside. We have a nice cover here. I guess inside we're gonna have also some important things, such as a booklet. You have here everything very well depicted: the pen tube, the replacement nibs, the power button, the work indicator, dust plug. You can turn it off from here and an indicator light will immediately blink. And also, if you want to charge it, guys, this here would be the USB-C charging port. As you can see, I am already using it, so I can use it to scroll around and check whatever I want. Of course, I can also try to get out of it. I'm gonna try out my stylus. I'm gonna write something here, so I'm gonna write drawing. By the way, very nice. You can see. And it's almost in real time. So drawing, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna press next. Okay. Can I search something? Can I do drawing again? Drawing. All right. Yeah, drawing up. Okay. By the way, Doogee claims that the battery of the Pencil 2 should hold up to 100 hours, which is actually quite impressive. So you use the USB-C charging port to charge it here. Also, guys, you can use it with a 90-degree annotation, 60-degree, let's say for note taking. If you want to draw, you can go as low as 45 degrees. So you have 90, you have 60 and 45. Okay, so it's really multi-purpose. You can also use it to navigate like I do right now. Now I've loaded up Sketchbook and I want to see how this works. The previous Doogee pen offered only 1024 precision points, guys. This here is 4096, so for sure it's really 4 times better. And what I can tell right now, like, it is not in real time almost, and you can also see, like, just from the way I'm applying a pressure very, very gently, and I can really go and just feel almost like I'm using a real product like this, for example, very, very gently. And then of course I can use this to color code it more. This is really good. I want to just try to test it with some writing. So hello, my name is VST. I am really a fast typer and fast writer, and I do believe that this pen is quite able to stick with my tempo. Back on the tablet, back on my review board, the first thing I want to show you is the device build. So not only do we have these very nice aluminum frames, I am trying to highlight them so that you can check them. The back on the tablet is made from a leather-like material. I like it for two reasons, mainly because first things first, very important, we have grip, right? It's not slippery, it is not glossy, and also, guys, it doesn't leave any of your fingerprints there. So I would say a very stylish outlook. Letting power off the tablet, guys, I'm gonna put my finger on the fingerprint scanner, boom, and I've opened it. Also, right, if you don't like using your fingerprint, well, yep, there is also the face unlock. Inside we do have the MediaTek, it's MT689V. So this one is built using the 6nm process, 8 cores, right, with the 2 clusters. This is the cluster setup. So you have 2 cores using 2.2 GHz and another 6 cores using 2 GHz. If we scroll down, we can see that the GPU is the Mali G57MC2, all right? Very important, Android 14. There are a lot of Chinese tablets out there that are only using 13 and below. This thing is already equipped with Android 14, which is right now the latest one, before September getting the 15, and I also received an update. So the screen is 2560 by 1600, which is somewhere like 2.5K. Okay, it is an IPS screen, 60 Hz resolution. I want to show you, of course, a detailed display review. Very important to mention, it has 8 GB of RAM, so 8 GB LPDDR4X, but you can use a RAM extension and put another 12 going up to 20 GB, all right? So how does this work? Go outside, open your settings, all right? Scroll down until you see something called hybrid memory. Inside the hybrid memory, you can see right now I've allocated 12 GB, okay? Which means I have 12 GB, which is virtual RAM, and then I have another 8 GB, which is the physical RAM. The internal storage is a whopping ½ TB, and you can use one of the SIM card slot to even extend it further with a micro SD card. Now let's check the cameras. So as you know, we have 2 cameras on the back. Okay, so first one, the main one, is 50 megapixel with an aperture of f1.8, and we have also, guys, a camera on the front, that is this one here, 20.2 megapixel with an aperture of f2. Okay, and of course there is also a macro camera on the back using 2 megapixel with an aperture of f2.4 to be able to give you some macro shots. Now the battery is one of the main highlights, guys. We have a whopping 10,800 mAh of a battery. You can use this device to charge your phones. You can pretty much use it like a power bank. And now I want to talk about what I do believe is like the best thing about this tablet, and this is the screen size. It is an IPS screen, whooping 12.4 inches, and it's really, really huge. It can go up to 600 nits of brightness, and it can deliver some very nice and rich colors. The resolution is 2.5K, which is quite enough for a screen big like this, but this is even not the best extra about this display. Let me show you something. Not a lot of products with this price tag of around $250 US, do come with the WiderOne L1 certification. So what does this mean? Well, this only means that you can watch Netflix and enjoy it with full HD streaming resolution. And if you have a device that is not L1 certified, well, you can pretty much watch Netflix, but it's gonna be like 720p, and you can imagine 720p on the screen is not gonna be so gorgeous compared to what we see right now. So this is also one of the selling points of this device. So not only you're getting the 12.4 inches big display, but I can also watch properly Netflix, and this also goes for other streaming services, Disney, Hulu, or Amazon, whatever you really want. But have in mind, L1 certification is really important because it allows you to stream with a higher resolution. In this case, you can stream with a full HD directly from Netflix. And now it's time to test the tablet display in bright sunlight. So if I just go outside of the video, you can see it is not the brightest display out there, but it will get the job done. So this is what the Doogee T30 Max will give you in a bright sunshine. And this big 12.4 inch screen is also very much suitable if you want to use it with multiple apps in a split screen mode. Like in this case, I'm using here my Chrome on the left and I'm browsing YouTube on the right, and you know how it goes. I can either decide to go full Chrome or full YouTube, just like this. It works like a charm. The MediaTek chip inside is quite powerful to support this activity, and in that way you can fully utilize the very big screen in your hands. Besides the display and the video, of course, what is this other component is very, very important. Well, remember guys, we spoke briefly about the speakers, the sound. So we have here two speakers on the left side, all right, and another two speakers on the right side. So not only do we have this quad speaker setup, 4 speakers, 2 on each side, but they also have a very big sound chamber, namely 6cc, which is rather big. And okay, you know, enough talking guys. I want to demonstrate something. Let me just try to pump up the volume to the highest level, and I want you to hear this for yourself. So let's just put the play button, okay? Very well pronounced mids, as you can see and hear, hopefully. Also very nice highs and very subtle basses, so you can pretty much hear the whole spectrum. Alright, keep listening now.
I shoot my shot like Michael Jordan to the top and right go, I go. Winning on like a maestro. Never gonna stop, no I won't. I know I make it look easy. It took a lot of work, believe me. But now I live like Michael Jordan to the top and right go, I go.
Indeed, very immersive sound. So not only is the sound very, very much powerful and also rich, but you can clearly identify all the separate frequencies, the lows, the mids and the highs. So these speakers definitely are doing a nice job. They are also fine-tuned by Doogee to provide high-res audio support in case you want to use your tablet for these specific purposes. And now let's speak about the performance. So in this test, I'm gonna run the 3D Mark Wildlife graphic test, the one that was recommended based on the resolution. We're gonna see how much will the tablet score in the 3D Mark game. I'm gonna show you the Geekbench 6 results, and of course at the end I'm gonna run 2 of the most popular games, the Genshin Impact and Call of Duty, and see how well they can be played on this tablet, and then recap the performance and continue with the camera test. So the score that I'm getting with the 3D Mark Wildlife is 1191, so an average frame rate of 7 frames, and yeah, your score is better than 14% of the devices. Now please memorize this and don't put this into any context before you've seen the gameplay. But before this, I want to show you the Geekbench 6 results. So the single core score is 720 and the multi-core score is almost 2000. So now guys, I'm gonna show you the real stuff, and of course I'm gonna start with the Genshin Impact. Have in mind that I'm gonna show you an area from the earlier stages of the game that is not so graphically intensive, but I'm gonna be using the highest available graphic settings even for this area, so this should be challenging enough. I'm gonna enter now the menu, and you can see that the graphics quality is set to custom because everything is set to highest. Now the visual effects are set to low. I'm going to correct this and also put this to high or highest where I can, and the FPS is set to 60. Okay, so this is really the maximum that I can get, and I'm gonna show you now some gameplay. And it's really weird, guys, playing on a device like this feels almost like you are playing on a console, just because it is really so big. And usually I am playing games like this only on a mobile phone, right? And you can pretty much see things that you were not aware they were there, just because again you were using a smaller display. All right, so I will now engage with some enemies. All right, now again, have in mind that this is the early stages of the game and it's not considered to be the most graphically intense, but nevertheless I'm able to get a very good frame rate and the game is absolutely playable using the highest settings that are available, which is actually quite nice. And now let me show you what I can do with the Call of Duty Mobile. Again, it's gonna be a full online game utilizing the network capabilities, and of course also I'm gonna be using the highest available settings. Let me show you the graphical settings here. So everything is really the highest available. It is medium for the graphic quality, it is high on the frame rate. This is pretty much the best that I can get. Again, the only strange thing that I have with this is that it feels almost like playing on a big TV, and this is not so much I like for me. Only because of the size, guys. Just this is. And I have to tell you, it really requires a certain skill set to be able to play on a screen like this. Alright. Now it's time to test the camera. I am recording with the front camera. It is a full HD video. I'm gonna run to test the stabilization. And I'm gonna give you guys a 360 for you to be able to assess what is the quality like. Let me know down below in the comments. This is the back camera, full HD video again. We do a 360 for you to be able to see all these details. Now I can do a slow run, test the stabilization. All right. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Now let's check the photos. I'm gonna put Google Photos here. The tablet came pre-installed with a open gallery that had some ads inside, which is not really how I like it, so I decided to just put something here on my own. These are the pictures that I was able to get with this tablet. So remember, on the back we have a main 50 megapixel camera and then a tiny 2 megapixel camera dedicated only for the macro shots. So the main camera, I do believe, is able to produce some very nice photos. There is no visible overexposure in the sky, for example, and even in some of the more tricky scenarios, like in that case, we have a nice exposure on the highlights and the shadows. There is a dedicated portrait mode. Now, it doesn't really do the best in terms of outlines. The software wasn't able to do the best job on cutting out the glasses here. Again, a very tough scenario, but overall, it is a nice and pleasing result. This here is a picture shot with the back camera, and just take a look at the quality. I do believe, again, quite acceptable. And now, guys, I want to show you, this is a picture with the back camera. I was trying to shoot this object here, and this is the picture using the dedicated 2 megapixel macro camera. So overall, I do believe that the tablet has a nice camera. The software is, by the way, also very intuitive, very phone-like. If you put it like this, you're gonna see you have the portrait options, then you have the beautification options. You can, of course, always get rid of it. Then you have the standard picture option, and you have the video option where you can go back and forth. From here, you're able to also choose different things like the resolution, the microphone. I also want to briefly cover the software of this tablet. I like the implementation from Doogee on Android 14. It pretty much looks, almost feels like a stock Android. And by the way, also something that I like, we have this new player here, right? With this exact level of design, we have the very big buttons from Android 14. We have all the nice notifications that you can just swipe left or right. If we go inside, Doogee decided to follow a very simple design logic. So we have different tabs here, the network and internet, connected devices, you have the apps, from where, by the way, you can go inside and choose your default apps. The first time I started a tablet, I was offered a choice of default apps also for the home application. I decided to use the Nova Launcher. I do believe that it's quite suitable for this very big screen. Then we have the notifications, we have the battery, you have the storage. Remember, we have a massive 0.5 terabyte of storage. Then we have sound and vibration. Under the sound and vibration, guys, there's gonna be also the sound enhancement to toggle the hi-fi mode and use this high fidelity sound that further enriches your experience. Display settings, the brightness level, the adaptive brightness, of course, everything. The color settings are from here, the night light. It pretty much resembles really a stock Android. Of course, there are the specific things, for example, like DuraSpeed. From DuraSpeed, you are able to restrict applications and the way they use data, or even to prevent them from starting automatically. Then you have the system, right? We can go there from the system update and decide to check for updates like I did, by the way. I already received an update, I told you, so right now I'm using it, the very latest software update. Then you have the hybrid memory, from where you can pump up your memory. You have only 8 gigabytes, but from here you can put another 12 and get up to 20. And then of course you have the About tablet, where you can check some of the specification. But remember, this tablet has a SIM card slot, so what I want to do right now, guys, I want to put a SIM card inside. As you can see, you can use this slot to put a micro SD card and even further increase your storage, right, in case you are in a desperate need of more storage. Yeah, I have the 4G and the 3G network. I want to turn off the Wi-Fi, only be connected to my 4G, right? And this is gonna be my first test. So I wanna now use the 4G and see how good it is. I'm getting something like 29, 30 megabits per second for the download. I don't have the best cell reception at home, so if I take this baby outside, it's probably gonna get better, but you always have the option to put in a SIM card and just forget about Wi-Fi and just be mobile with your needs, whatever you want. So in this test, I got 25 Mbps for the download and almost 6 Mbps for the upload. So this has been my review of the Doogee T30 Max. Let me know what you think down below, guys. If you like videos like this, then please check my other videos. If you like this tablet, there's gonna be a link in the video description where you can go and try to check it and buy it for yourself. Honestly, under this price tag, you're getting for sure one of the best packages that are available for the money. You get a very big 12.4 inches display, you have a very nice quad speaker sound. Also, for your streaming purposes, you get also the L1/Y1 certification. You get a nice MediaTek chip that is able to handle some gaming like I showed you, and also of course use the tablet for just browsing, or let's say do some work like emails. Remember, also you have the optional accessory to hook it up with a keyboard, and of course you can decide to get the Pencil 2, 4096 different levels of pressure, and as you can see, it all works like a charm. So if you like more videos like this, then please support the channel, check my other videos, and please stay safe. VST over and bye.